Hi, my name is Robin Wong and I have here with me the Olympus 17 F1.2 Pro, and I want to share my experience using this lens. Let's do this. Before we go any further, here are some important disclaimers. I am an Olympus visionary and ambassador to the Olympus brand. This EM1 Mark III and the 17 F1.2 are on loan from Olympus Malaysia, and I'll have to return this to them after this review. This is a non-technical review. You will not see any graphs, charts, or comparisons. I'm merely sharing my experience as a professional photographer using this Olympus 17 F1.2 lens. Here's a quick overview of this Olympus M.Zuiko 17 F1.2 Pro. This lens was released in 2017. This is quite a recent lens from Olympus. It completes the holy trinity of the F1.2 Pro Prime lenses from Olympus alongside the 25 and 45 F1.2. Being a Pro lens, the body is made of full metal construction. It is fully weather sealed against dust and splash, and it features superb optical construction. This is not a small lens. It features a 62mm filter thread and it weighs about 390 grams. I really love the minimalist and clean look of this 17 F1.2 Pro lens. On the lens, we have the manual focusing clutch and the manual focusing ring together with the lens function customizable button. That's it. There's nothing else on the lens. I also like that this lens feels really solid in hand thanks to the full metal construction. It feels very reassuring. There are no creaky parts. It feels really premium. This lens balances very well with larger bodies like the EM1 series. However, if you are using smaller bodies like the EM5, I highly suggest that you get an external camera grip to add a little bit of bulk so that the lens will balance better on the camera. I've been using the 17 F1.2 mostly on my own EM1 Mark II and more recently on the newer EM1 Mark III, and I find that shooting with this lens was just like I was shooting with a 12-40 f2.8 Pro. Both lenses are almost the same in size and weight. The handling was comfortable. I feel no strain using this camera and this lens combo for long shooting durations. One of the features that came with this lens, which Olympus was very proud to announce, was feathered bokeh. Olympus describes the feathered bokeh as having smoother, more pleasing out-of-focus area rendering in comparison to the typical, more solid-looking bokeh in the F1.8 Prime lenses. Now, to achieve this feathered bokeh look, you do have to shoot at wide-open F1.2 using this lens. I have forced the lens wide-open F1.2 for many of my images just to see what the hype is all about, and I can tell you I really love the bokeh that this lens can do. The bokeh is very smooth, very creamy, and they just look beautiful. They look organic. They don't look digital at all. There is something about it that just makes the images pop. The Olympus M.Zuiko 17 F1.2 Pro is perhaps one of the sharpest lenses for micro four thirds system. It features 15 elements in 11 groups optical construction and includes all the delicious ingredients. I have tested this lens shooting wide open most of the time, and I have scrutinized pixel-peeped the images, and each and every one of the images that is taken from this lens, they came out perfectly sharp. It was already super sharp at wide open f1.2. You don't even need to stop down further to achieve better sharpness. It was already optimized wide open. And even at f1.2, the sharpness was very consistent, corner to corner, edges to edges. It was sharp across the entire frame. I was really impressed with what this lens can do, rendering very realistic looking images. In combination of this sharpness and the feathered bokeh look, you get a very three-dimensional looking images. They just take the images to the next level. When it comes to technical lens flow control, I don't see any distortion or chromatic aberration. Perhaps the camera has corrected it with software. It doesn't really matter. To me, what matters is the end result. Also, I've shot this lens against strong sources of light like the sun, and I don't observe any flare. The lens technical control is really good, and that is as expected for a pro lens coming from Olympus. The autofocus performance of the 17 F1.2 Pro, like any newer Olympus Pro lenses, is blazing fast. Coupling this lens with newer Olympus camera bodies like the EM1 Mark II, EM1 X and EM1 Mark III, you get the best and the fastest and very reliable autofocus. Now, how do I judge autofocus? When I see something that's about to happen, I point my camera and lens to that direction, I just click the shutter button. Do I get the shot? Yes. I was testing this lens and my EM1 Mark II combo in street photography environment. There were many moments that just happened instantaneously. I see it, I point the camera. Do I get the shot? Yes, 99% of the time I got the shot. That 1% was not the lens, was not the camera's fault, it was me not reacting fast enough. Another positive note on the 17 F1.2 Pro is the close-up shooting performance. The lens allows you to go as close as 0.2 meters, that is really close to the subject. It gives you an equivalent magnification of 0.3 times. This is no slouch for a non-macro lens, and it opens up a lot of possibilities for creative composition, going really close to your subject with a wide angle coverage of the 17mm focal length. I am very sure some of you will ask, hey Robin, how do you compare the 17 F1.2 Pro to the incredible 17 F1.8? Now, if you're talking purely about optics or image quality, the optical performance of the 17 F1.2 is definitely superior. There is no contest. Full disclosure, I have not shot these two lenses side by side. I have not compared them directly. Based on my extensive shooting experience using these lenses individually, separately, I can confidently answer this. The 17 F1.2 is definitely better. It is sharper, it has feathered bokeh, better technical lens flow controls, everything all round. It is just a superior lens. Now, I'm not saying the 17 F1.8 is by any means poor. This is an excellent lens by itself. For this compact size and lightweight, this lens packs a lot of punch. The 17 F1.8 delivers a lot for what it is. It still gives you excellent image quality. Though it's not as sharp as the 17 F1.2, it is still really good. And F1.8, you still have a lot of latitude to work with shooting in low light, and if you want to create a little bit of shallow depth of field rendering. Now, of course, the 17 F1.8 has a big advantage because it is so small. Look at the size difference. For those of you who go to travel a lot, if you're doing street photography, you want to be discreet and stealthy, you don't want a big lens to draw attention, the 17 F1.8 is something that is so small and so light, you don't even notice it inside your camera bag. Another important difference that I must mention is that the 17 F1.2 is weather sealed. So for professional photographers demanding the best optical performance and the most reliable lens in any harsh shooting condition, the 17 F1.2 having the metal construction and full weather sealing is definitely a better choice in comparison to 17 F1.8. Personally, I've owned the 25 F1.2. It is an absolute favorite lens of mine. I've done a video on the reasons why I've upgraded from 25 F1.8 to 25 F1.2 Pro. I'll put up the video up here. Please check it out if you have not done so. I'm not a fan of the 35mm equivalent focal length. I'm just being honest here. So for those of you who do shoot a lot with the 35mm equivalent, the 17 F1.2 Pro is a very good option for you if you are a professional photographer. That's all I have to share about the Olympus M.Zuiko 17 F1.2 Pro. Do you have the lens yourself? If you do, please share your experience using this lens in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please buy me a cup of coffee. I'll put the links in the descriptions below on how you can do that. Please give me a thumbs up as well and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. I'll promise to do more videos coming this way. Until the next one, please stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.